Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on SUI. We're back with a new update. Just wanted to keep you all updated on how SUI is doing right here. So we'll talk a little bit about the fundamentals. You have to know what's going on in the markets as well. This European session we're having this morning is very volatile to say the least, but we've had some very aggressive selling in for Bitcoin. We've had massive shorts being opened, as you can see right here, so that's quite interesting. A bit of a liquidation event this about 10 minutes ago as well. But I have to say, I mean, this doesn't really influence SUI that much. I mean, SUI has respected 4.1 and $4 so far, which we've spoken about in the last video, right? I think ultimately that level is going to break. That is still what I expect, right? So my general thoughts on SUI are still the same. I expect us to, somewhere in the next 2 months, break above 4.1. I don't know, 2 months is quite a wide time margin, so I'm making it quite easy for myself. But there's different scenarios and different things that can happen in between, right? So I think on the higher time frames, SUI is bullish. But if certain things happen, which are possible, like we've seen with Bitcoin this morning, although at this point of time it doesn't look too bad, to be fair. But if certain things happen, it is a possibility for SUI that we first need to drop down all the way to this level right here at 3.2 and 3.1, fill those imbalances, find support there, and then break out later, right? So then we're basically moving down to the bottom of this this huge range we have here, which on the higher time frames is still bullish. So I would still, from there, expect a breakout above 4.1, but obviously it's going to take longer then, right? So that's why I'm taking that margin. And at this point of time, it's unclear to me whether we can actually break out soon or not. But we'll talk about that in this video. So first of all, SUI is fundamentally, last time we checked, it was doing fine. I would argue it's still doing the same. TVL is actually pretty good. Yes, there's been a bit of a drop, but ultimately it's still circling around those all-time high levels, which I like a lot. And DEX trading volumes are very high as well. And that's potentially something I like even more. DEX trading volumes are a better indication, I think, of the strength of the strength of a network than TVL. But okay, so that's doing fine. But then if you take a look at the higher time frames, first of all, that level at 4.1 and $4 is a very strong resistance level, right? So you need a lot of strength to break above that. And I do think SUI and altcoins in general as well, if you take a look at some altcoin indexes or indices, those are at massive resistance as well. So I would say it's a little bit more likely right now, and you can also see, you know, SUI had this imbalance right here, so we filled that, and then you want to see a strong bounce, which we did, but we also respected the 4-hour time frame reversal. So at this point of time, I'm leaning a little bit more towards expecting some stability for SUI. I actually don't. As long as Bitcoin holds up relatively well, I don't expect SUI to really drop down into that level right here at 3.2. It is possible that we spike into that, right? So that we do something like this. That's a possibility. But ultimately, for now, what I expect on the short term is stability right here on top of 3.55. So between 3.55 and $4. And at this point of time, given, you know, we're losing momentum, sure. We have lost a 4-hour uptrend. Okay, we're seeing a lot of bearish selling pressure this morning. That's fine. But I actually do still think that it is a little bit more likely that we're going to break out above $4 and 4.1 relatively soon, and that we're not going to get a real pullback into 3.2 and 3.1. Spike down into that, possible, right? With bad news, always possible. But SUI is holding up relatively well, and we still have a massive support buffer, well, my apologies, at 3.45. So that's why I think it's holding. And then outside of that, I actually expect Bitcoin to find support relatively soon as well. So that's one of the key reasons too. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know regarding SUI for now. So I actually do think that a bit more bearish pressure short term is likely. I think we're going to hold 3.45, 3.4, potential bearish spike if we get some bad news. But ultimately stability, and I think a bullish breakout from that stability is still most likely. But I'll try to keep you updated on that as well as I can. For now, I think that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on my next videos. Have a great weekend, and bye.